Morning everyone. Oh, it's not as early as usual. I'm starting on a late one because it's not sunny. I figured that there won't be many people about. You know, it's still half term, obviously. The weather. I mean, the weather is not as good as it was, but it's not raining. That's the main thing. There are a few people about, but they're way over there, which is great. Oh, jobs. Well, I did strimming finally, which is great. I haven't finished the strimming. I think strimming is going to be a never-ending thing. But I did quite a bit over that way, and all I've got to do is dig up a massive bramble, blackberry, and that will create 2 big spaces for a no-dig, two no-dig beds. And I've got the cardboard. The cardboard's been in the back of my car for, well, weeks. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much for all your lovely comments. At the end of this, hopefully we'll have a coffee and comments. I remember my phone. And I've seen the robin this morning. It was a very brief thing, but I'd already done all this. Went round, did the whole full capoodle. I realised that my mic wasn't plugged into the camera. Oh, so the sound quality was terrible because it kind of used the additional, there's a microphone attached to it anyway. Sound quality was seriously terrible. So I'm doing it all again. So it was 7:15 when I started. It's now 7:40. It's amazing how time flies, doesn't it? Well, let's go for that tour. Show you around. See what's happening because it's a bit. I mean, I had a morning off yesterday. I do film and have about 2 days in advance because I had one in the bag, which meant I could, because Al sometimes works late, so I have to be careful that I don't disturb him too much, you know. So sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? Because we're Rosie and all that kind of stuff, dogs barking. She doesn't know, thankfully, in the mornings, but I have to be dead quiet. And you know what it's like, even if you're asleep, you're still awoken by somebody else moving about. So yeah, but it's handy that 2 days because it gives me a chance to edit along with my cooking channel, you see, because that's Budget Cooking UK, in case you don't know. And thanks to everyone who subscribed from my other channel and anyone new. I really appreciate it. And I've also got a new Patreon page, Plot 25, patreon.com Plot 25. There'll be a thing showing the website and the link in the description as well. Bimbo Clack, you're my first, Bimbo Clack, aka Jim and Maureen, you're my first patrons for my Allotment Patreon page. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Amazing. So generous to join, because you're also on the cooking channel one. Yeah, so let's get started with this tour and then I'll get started with some tasks. Right, so I'm going to show you my strimming, the mound. Huge pile of earth there, which I know there's membrane buried there, you can probably see it. And there may be more buried underneath because I think this is their dumping ground prior to my. And I need to get rid of that because the whole thing's dead. I definitely got to have a dump trip. We'll need to make an appointment. That's the bramble that needs to go. I mean, they need to go full stop because they're really invasive. But here, there's definitely 2 good, decent-sized beds. And once the mound's gone, there's another bed there. Potatoes look all right, don't they? They're growing. I need to add more soil. I need to buy more compost, actually. Lettuce is doing all right. This all needs strimming. I kind of ran out of battery, but I had done a lot on the other side of this, where the path is. as well as that big, huge man, because that was huge, wasn't it? That was like tall. Runner beans look a little bit, I mean, do they do that? I mean, they're being munched. But on my first tour this morning, this is the second attempt, but we did see a dead slug. Look, can you see it? Nice. But like Carol, you said Coca-Cola, didn't you? Carol Atkins. I think it was Carol Atkins. I'm sorry if I've got forgotten. It's definitely a Carol. I have multiple Carols on who watch me. And sometimes some of you have E's on the end and some of you don't. So sometimes I forget who does have an E on the end and who doesn't. Because look at the snail or slug trail. Nice. Oh, I've got to bury that a bit. Oh gosh. Definitely need to sort that out. And they're growing a bit. Look, that's really growing. That's quite happy. Not been touched. That's been touched a little bit, you know, munched. That's been munched quite a bit, but it's still growing. That's been munched quite a lot, but again, it's still growing. Hopefully they're just the lower leaves. No sign of the seeds I've sown, but hopefully they'll come. Sweet corn seems to be well, it's definitely growing. A little bit of weeding needed there, but not much. Cauliflower, yeah, that's all looking good. Gonna give everything a water. My onions, they're kind of, I think some of them are dying, because look, these are definitely, that's like a dieback some. I don't know what that is. Do onions have something called wilt? Is that a thing with onions? This will flower soon. It'll look pretty, but it's an onion that's gone, isn't it? Garlic look all right. Yeah. And obviously I've got seedlings at home that will come soon. French climbing beans, looking good. I've repotted them into their individual pots. This is where I want the sweet pea to go, and in fact the lemon tree's in the wrong place for that. So the French climbing beans along here, and then sweet peas, and hopefully a lot more sweet peas, because I really like to do a lot of sweet peas. Yeah, and I sowed some, there's no sign of them yet, but they'll come hopefully. So that I need to water is the next thing. Oh yeah, take a look at the sage flower. Isn't that nice, flowering sage? God. I mean, it's yet to go into its full bloom, but that's really lovely. That bramble needs to go as well. Chopped back and then got rid. So yeah, my climb is looking all right, happy, which is great. My bimbo clack climber, love it. I think that's the tour over. Ooh, I hope the birds have found these. I really do. I'm not sure yet if they have, but tour's not completely over, because look at this. Ooh, this is mine. I got plot 26. Oh my God, it's a big job, but it has a shed. Can you see that? Let's see what you can see. Shed, a shed. And lots of grass and a huge kind of area that needs developing there. That looks dreadful. And I think this will be quite a nice, we've put a pergola here eventually. It's going to take a while, it probably won't be this summer. But certainly, yeah, you know, clear this. A nice seating area, because it's quite private. But I do need a water butt on the end of that as well, I think, because there's nothing there. That would be a good idea. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what we've got. I'm just moving you slightly. Lots of grass, that's for sure. I mean, look at that. Grass, 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 grass. My strimmer's going to, I hope it doesn't conk out as a result. Lots of rhubarb, which is fantastic. Lots of rhubarb recipes going to come on my cooking channel. Nice path to the shed there. I like that. That's something that won't be difficult to maintain with the strimmer. And I do have 2 gooseberry bushes, which is absolutely brilliant. Oh, and I can see a gooseberry there. I hope you can see that. It does look, I don't know if it looks, it definitely needs clearing sooner rather than later. So that, and then covered. I think the gooseberries need covering. And look, there's another gooseberry. I love gooseberries. It's been a long time since I never would normally buy them, but yeah, to have your own, that's really nice, really nice. More grass, and I'm not sure what this is. If any of you know, it's got spikes, quite unfriendly spikes, but I'd need to get a plant app. I'm going to sort that out actually today. Download a plant app. They want you to pay. That's the only thing I'm not keen on. I'm a half Scottish, you know what I mean? I don't like spending money if I don't have to. Yeah. Grass. I mean, there's stuff hidden underneath this, maybe, but I'm going to have to just wildly trim. And then here, this is again, all along here. And in fact, I quite like the fact that I'm on the main path, because then I don't actually have any neighbours straight next to me. Shed there, you see it's got a hole in the window, I don't know which needs sorting. Yeah, I think these are bolted cabbages, aren't they? Not sure. Lots of things to... Well, I mean, this is all going to be no dig. I'm all doing no dig here. And oh, look, I didn't actually realise there was a path here. Well, how far does that go? Oh, look, there's a path there as well. That's quite interesting, because I can do no dig, in between these paths and just maintain. I mean, they're always going to get weeds in between them like that, but if you just use your strimmer. Oh yeah, and look, rosemary, fantastic, and look at all the new growth on it. So even though it's sort of a bit surrounded, is this a globe artichoke? What do you think? I mean, it's all a little bit crowding out this rosemary, and a mint as well, but again, it's all crowding out the rosemary, so it could do with moving. Get off that. Water butt, very good, and it works. And in fact, that's actually quite good, that. I'll just quickly run the tap. See? Yeah. These are cute, aren't they? I don't know what they are, but and also are these raspberry canes? I don't know. There's quite a few of them. They're not brambles. But here, there's a load of strawberries amongst this lot. Absolutely loads. So this could be all get down, clear it with by hand. Maybe even dig them up and then put down a whole layer of cardboard and then replant them. Wouldn't be a bad idea, to be fair. And all just grass. I mean, I don't know what's buried in there. In fact, is there a path? Is that a path? I don't know what's under there. That's the rhubarb. Just looks like grass, doesn't it? It's difficult to... Yeah, lots of work. That is incredibly, like, a huge job. But look, I mean, it's not going to be that difficult. It's just like dig that out. Yeah, and let's have a look at the shed. This is the best bit. Oh, let me step back a bit. I'm going to paint this, but obviously we've got to sort the inside first. Yeah, really brilliant. So this is obviously, acquiring this has been a lot cheaper than buying an even new shed, which at this size was going for over £500. I mean, even second-hand ones I was seeing, people were asking for sort of 200 to 300, and that's for sheds in this particular sort of state, even worse. I forgot to bring my tape measure, because I do need to measure that, get a replacement piece. And it is actually glass. I'm going to get perspex, because I think that's sort of... someone's got a nice cup up there. I don't know if that's actually quite nice. Ooh. So it is a bit windy, but there's loads of... I don't like big fat black spiders. Don't mind baby ones. I can handle them because they tend to run. But big black ones. Ooh. So all this needs sweeping out. I did bring my broom today, but since I've had a microphone fail, my fault, I might run out of time. But I'm definitely going to do some start the strimming, because as soon as it hits 8 o'clock I can strim. So yeah, this will be a great place when it's all lined. I'm going to line the walls with that silver stuff you get from B&Q, and then technically I really want to line that, then line that with ply. That's ambitious, but I have done it before with the help of Al. Thank you, Al. He doesn't know this yet. Line the floor as well, and then put a lino on top of that, like a second-hand one. That helps keep it snug, especially for the winter. You need to do that, otherwise it'll be like, oops, it'll be so cold over the winter period. Right, let's get out of there. Start some watering for plot 25. Yeah, a great place to store tools and more things. Well, rosy materials, rosy bed, that kind of stuff. Yeah, right. So that's good news all round, isn't it? Really good news. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, right, let's start some watering, and then I'll check the time and maybe start some strimming of the plot 26. Oh, you're getting caught on the grass next door. Oh. Right, I'm going to put you down. See you in a bit. Ooh. Need more water. Need more water. Oh, right, what's the time? 10 past 8, let's start some strimming. That's what it looks like. I've done all that. A lot more to go. I think it's time for coffee and comments, don't you? Oh yes, coffee. Right, let me set the chair up and then we'll have some coffee. See you in a bit. The robins up there on the pole. Let's see if I can turn you. Oh, he's just from down there. Just as I was getting the chair ready, a robin flew down and then another robin sort of scared it away. So it was either Mrs. Robin that Mr. Robin wanted to, I don't know, had a tiff, or it's a rival robin. Or he's on the, this is my robin because he's just on the arch now. I'm going to get mealworms. Linda, you said get some mealworms. I'm definitely getting mealworms. Some coffee. Try not to pour it on my leg. Well, I'm really pleased. I can't tell you how happy I am. I've got a shed. There's a lot of work ahead, mind you, but still, I haven't even got round to brooming, you know, brushing it out. But it's time is cracking on and people are arriving, so there's more people here, and yeah, it's time to lay down the strimmer, have coffee, and let's get through comments. Where are my glasses? Oh no, my glasses are over there. They dropped. Hold up. I'll just go and get them. They've got grass all over them. So go home, charge the battery, come back and do more streaming. 387 subscribers. Thanks everybody for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Comments. I'm just going to go right to the beginning, and if I've, you know, read it out, I'll heart it, because that way it disappears off my YouTube studio thing. So Carol Buffrey 3258, he said containers on sticks. Why? Alliums attracts insects. Yeah, that's true. I mean flowers. I mean like the sage. Doesn't that grow? That's really pretty, and that would definitely. I've seen fly anything that pollinators, isn't it? That's the thing. I think to have an allotment is a huge undertaking, especially if you're miles away. I'd find that impossible to do or want to do. I admire people that actually do. Yeah, it's true. I mean, maybe people, because a lot of people around here are local, but say some circumstances means that they move away, but they don't want to let go of their allotment, so they end up driving quite a distance. I don't know. It can be tedious if it's far, far away. I'm glad I'm quite local, and once I've got the sheds established, all my tools can be in there, and then I can walk with Rosie rather than drive, because the boot is my kind of shed, really. Hold on, let me get my coffee. I'm not being 100% this week either. I'm cold or something wrong with my throat. I thought it was hay fever at first, but I think it's a little bit more of a throat infection of some sort. Julia de Veris. I hope I said that right, Julia. Jobby juice. You all know what I mean. Thank you for taking us on your allotment constitutional. The birdsong was divine. Much love. It is, isn't it? Birdsong in the mornings is more rampant, I think, than the rest of the day. I mean, maybe in the evenings they get quite, but they seem to be really chatting to each other. I mean, you get traffic noise as well around here because we're sort of surrounded by roads and main routes into Colchester, but on cue. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? You can't beat it. Much love back, Julia, as well. Sandra Dent, it's a massive place. This is of the allotment tour, these comments. It's a massive place. It's a good idea wandering around getting a few ideas. I hope you manage to get a shed soon. Yay, I have, haven't I? Way. Thank you, Sandra. It is big. It is big. Yeah, I mean, I might have to go wander down there and find out what the last number is, because that will tell us. Because obviously they split them. I've now got a full plot because I've got 26 and 25. But 25 and 26, they're half plots because they split them in half. So there'd be a 26A. And I'm actually 25A, but for the YouTube, I didn't want to put A on the end of it because it's just an unnecessary, doesn't need it. So people used to get full plots back in 30 years ago, but then they split them in half because people, I mean, it's fair size, to be fair, really is, even a half plot. Nina Feroxy, hi Nina, I'm presuming that's your name. If you do a pond, you could get some frogs or a toad. We used to have a toad in our garden, never saw a slug. Well, now that I've got this second plot, with the shed, I'm definitely going to do a pond. I've obviously got to clear the land and see what I can salvage, like the strawberries and whatnot. But definitely there's room for a pond, absolutely. And I think, in fact, this will be quite different. Plot 25 will be quite different to that, because that's kind of, the land dictates how you develop it, doesn't it? I will do no dig there, but it looks like it's got a little grid system with the paths. And it's, yeah, and then there's the shed. So I'm definitely going to do a pond. Oh, this is the video that I kind of cut short. That's just, it got so busy because that was a bank holiday Monday. I didn't go out on bank holiday Monday because I'm 2 days behind, if you like, for the editing. So Julia Devara, she said, hope everything is okay. I'm sorry I worried you. I didn't mean to. I just had to kind of cut it short because it just got too, I mean, literally really busy. And, you know, I don't want to film people on camera. I know before YouTube, if someone pointed a camera at me, I'd be like, no thanks. Don't point that at me. I don't want to be filmed. I mean, I'm okay filming myself, but if someone else was filming me, I wouldn't be happy about it. So it's okay, I'm fine, Julia. Thank you. So Sheila Thomas, she said, job well done there, Kerry. Missed Rosie today. Well, hopefully once the shed's done, which will take a little while, a good month or so, I could start bringing her along. And I'm going to pick up that screw-in pet lead thingy majig that you see, you can secure her to wherever. My rusty garden. Oh, this is tackling the wedding veil. Oh yeah, and that's the one that I had to cut short. Don't get me started on the system of scheduling everything these days. That's referring to the making an appointment to take stuff to the dump. We used to go camping and just stop to camp when we were tired of driving, but now it's all reservations, reserving a space, I suppose. Because you're in Canada, aren't you, Ali? But I digress. You did a great job with the veil. That's the wedding veil on the cauliflower. That's what I call it. It looks like a wedding veil. And hopefully we'll be able to get a better solution soon. Have a great day, Ali. Thanks, Ali. That's lovely. Oh, and this is on the allotment walkabout. Ingrid Arnott. Proper enjoyed that look around, Kerry. It's nice to see what other people have done and get a little bit of inspiration. Hope you get your hands on that other plot soon. Yay. Also, just wanted to say personally, I really don't mind how long your vids are, as I really enjoy watching your channels. Oh, take care. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Do you know, it's funny you should say that. I was thinking I shouldn't worry about it too much. I think the cooking one's different because it's not quite the same sort of, this is a different vibe, isn't it, with the gardening and whatnot. I can't have videos in the cooking one for 40 minutes or 30. It's just too long. People switch off, honestly. You can see it on the stats. It's only a dedicated hardcore, people who like you, that watch to the end. But with the allotment one, I've noticed it's a bit different. So I won't worry about that too much. If it's 20 minutes long plus, that's fine. I'm just going to let it go. Sometimes I do have to have an extra video in the bag just in case I have to miss a morning for whatever reason. But that'll be it, really, because I do enjoy the dailies. Once I'm out here, it's hard getting out of bed, but you get used to it, you know. And my full-time job, I used to have to start the day at 7 a.m. and it was a half-hour drive. So I used to have to get up at 6. So it's not that I'm kind of used to getting up early, and I'd quite like it. And I like going to bed early and reading a book. So it's an enjoyable, you know, good way to go to sleep. So thanks, Ingrid. I really appreciate that. Let's just check the time. 8:38. So I will have to go soon because it's going to get busy. I mean, because it's not sunny, it's not as busy as it would be. But I know Al's going to work today, so I've got to get home. He did say you don't have to rush back because it's half term, so it's not as busy in where he works. But Julia Bajwa. Hi, Kerry. Robin is going to need his own channel soon. That's true. Good to see you tackling the wedding veil. Have a lovely day. Oh, thanks, Julie. I'm going to leave it here now, folks. Thanks so much for watching. And just, you know, I do have a Patreon page, but it'll be, all the business will be at the end and in the description, blah-de-blah. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Robin. Oh, the robin just dried. See ya. Bye.